Today, we're going to be watching a video that was recommended to me for some god-awful reason. It's a video called Being Not Straight by Jaden Animation, and the title is fucking retarded, so yeah, let's just get into it.
Okay, before I even say anything, let's lay out some ground rules. This is probably gonna be the most open I'll ever get about my personal life. I know I've shared tidbits of myself and life through little stories, but when it comes to personal stuff, I'm very private.
Good, you should be. Let's be honest, nobody really gives a shit about you and nobody really gives a shit about me. You're a person on the internet and they're only here for your content and nothing more. So why the fuck did you make this video?
I'm gonna be talking in very general surface level terms because specific personal details are for me to know, and in the nicest way possible, none of your business.
You keep reiterating that. So why did you even make this video?
Basically, this is something I want to talk about, share, and bring a spotlight to. But at the same time, you get the Cliff Notes version. So no trying to assume or guess anything beyond what I'm sharing within this video. At the end of the day, we're all just strangers refusing to listen to the stranger danger rule.
The internet created people like this and you can't change my mind about that.
I've come to realize that I'm aeroace, which stands for aromantic asexual.
You see, my issue is starting to stem from the fact that it's even called aeroace. Whatever just happened to being asexual. There's so many people in this world that are like a 0.1% of the population that are so fucking loud that make these giant corporations bend a knee. And I'm pretty sure you're one of them.
And I know what you're thinking. That's not gay. What the hell is that?
You're right. What the fuck is aeroace? Are you attracted to shooting arrows and getting an ace?
And you know what? That is completely fair, because I didn't know what that was either.
Probably until you read something on WikiHow, and then you just started rolling with it.
Aromantic and asexual are two different things.
No, they're not. They're the same thing. Everyone tries to put a certain pin on things now because nobody's happy and wants to feel special. There's only 3 sexualities, and that's heterosexual, homosexual, and asexual. All the rest are pandering to the 0.1%.
And I'm gonna break them down to you separately, starting with aromantic, because no one really knows what that one is.
That's a good thing.
And also, it's my personal favorite.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Someone who's aromantic is defined as a person who feels very little to no romantic attraction to anyone at all.
You just described asexuality.
So like, they might not develop crushes on people or feel the need to be in a romantic relationship with anyone. Very general terms, but hopefully you kind of get the gist.
That's not a general term. That's literally just being asexual. I don't understand. Yeah, okay, sure.
If not, here's a little story example from me. Growing up, I never developed crushes on anyone. I remember when I was in 5th grade, kids were talking about their crushes left and right, and it was starting to feel like something I had to experience too, just because I thought that's just what happened.
Believe it or not, that's kind of a normal thing. And because you didn't experience, that technically makes you abnormal. But people don't like being called that, so we're just gonna call you weird.
Don't make fun of 9-year-old me, I was a sheep. Anyway, I decided I needed to have a crush because that's just what happens to people. And I very robotically chose this random kid in the class who we can call Pikachu. But it's funny because on Valentine's Day, you know how in elementary school everyone would bring cheesy Walmart Valentine's cards for everyone in the class? I went through my box, I pulled out Pikachu's Valentine. So I put Pikachu's copy-paste Batman Valentine in my drawer and promptly forgot about it because it meant nothing to me, but hey, that's just what I thought I was supposed to do.
You were supposed to do that. I did that. All my friends did that. Nobody in 5th grade even gave a shit about any of that. Everyone just cared about the sweets. Congratulations, you actually did something normal.
Years passed, I entered junior high. On the first day of school, I scoped out the room to see if there was anyone that I thought looked like someone I could develop a crush on.
You're fucking weird. Who does that? I'm genuinely confused. Like, I never go to an area and scope out, yeah, this is gonna be a potential mate to fuck. No. What?
And this was when classes started being divided up into periods, so there were 6 batches of people I sifted through, but no one caught my eye.
You were a fucking weird kid if you went through that many people. Holy shit.
Went through the whole school year, next year rolled around, classes changed, I did the same potentials crush scoping again.
I feel like a lot of people avoided you in class. Like, you were that one weird kid in the back of the room that nobody fucking talked to.
But my entire school life, grades kindergarten to senior year, which I'm pretty sure is like 13 years, I wasn't interested in a single person throughout any of it.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
And what's funny was I was thinking, man, what's the deal? Why is no one attractive?
Yeah, that's really funny.
To my first genuine crush. Long story short, in hindsight, no, it wasn't a crush and I was just wrong.
It wouldn't even surprise me that this person is like a closet furry, seeing how many anthropomorphic animal type things she's animating.
If you're interested in someone but they just want to be friends, I don't understand why some people can't deal with that.
I mean, your older self isn't wrong. I mean, if we're to be completely honest, some rejection can be really hard. But, hey, whatever, you know? Fucking just stay friends, you know? There's a lot of people that don't want to stay friends after that because their main goal is to just fucking get in their pants or something. But, yeah, I got plenty of female friends that we're just friends. Nothing more, nothing less.
And that was primarily because I didn't realize there was an emotional difference between a crush or falling in love and just being really good friends with someone.
You're fucking weird.
So, oops. Sorry for the bad take, I think.
No. Don't think. Your older self wasn't wrong.
I really just thought having a crush on someone was wanting to be their number one best friend. Look, I said don't make fun of me.
Oh, God. The iFunny community is gonna have a fucking blast with this fucking thing.
To me, it used to feel like if I was wanting to become friends with someone to that high of a degree, that would be the next step or justify why I wanted to put this much time, effort, and energy into one person.
You just described what every single male on this planet goes through.
And it didn't feel right or even fair going through all of this with someone and then tell them they're just a friend.
It's, like I said before, rejection can be hard. Some people just gotta accept it. Some people can't move on and just blow their brains out, you know? Fucking, those are the sad, lonely fuckers.
I don't know, it just didn't feel like it made sense, even though I really didn't technically see them in a romantic way. I just didn't understand what was going on really, or that there was supposed to be real emotions instead of a logical understanding of steps. And the fact that I was under the assumption that I was supposed to be interested in people in a romantic way didn't help with anything. I always preferred to stay good friends, but never felt like I could have that, and I worried that if I said no, that we would just start drifting apart, which I obviously didn't want either.
You can see it online. You can see this online all over the internet. A majority of people are only there for the looks, not the personality. You're a special one. Too bad you're asexual.
It's been a very long journey discovering this about myself. Everything I'm saying has all been extremely subconscious and not understood or defined for many years. I even used to think I was bi or pan for the longest time because I would think to myself, well, bi is being interested in both genders. I don't really care for either, but 0 is equal to 0, so I guess I'm bi or pan. I got math involved. If I knew what aromanticism was when I was growing up, things would have been a lot less complicated for me.
I'm pretty sure there wasn't a definition when you were a child for something like that. Aro, whatever the fuck you are, doesn't exist. You're asexual, and that's it.
I think it's mainly because people don't really talk about it or even know what it is.
Good. People have their own problems. There's civilians being blown up in Ukraine right now. They shouldn't really give a shit about your small problem.
Or that it's real.
Go to a third world country and say that, and we'll see how long it takes for you to not get beheaded.
Romance and love is the #1 most talked about topic on the planet.
Yeah, because 99.99% of people experience it. That makes you abnormal.
Everything I've been taught or learned through society is that love and romance is everywhere. Everyone feels it, and it's gonna happen to you.
It should have, but unfortunately you were dealt the wrong hand of cards at birth. Sorry.
Just a funny little note, there was a point where I was listening to some generic romance song on the radio. You know, like all of them. And I just suddenly thought to myself, wait, do people actually feel these things towards each other? Like all these mushy lyrics are real emotions? They're not joking? And that's when I started feeling like something was different.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Haha.
I approached romance under the blanket term thought of, sure, why not? And didn't recognize it was actually a feeling, which might sound stupid, but look, I don't know.
It doesn't. There's something wrong in your brain, and that's okay.
No one presented me with any other options.
They weren't supposed to.
I did a lot of rationalizing. If someone ever expressed romantic interest in me, I would mentally make a kind of logical list of their pros and cons and the pros and cons of what a relationship would look like with them.
You were a weird kid, and you're definitely a weird adult.
Based on what I knew about them as a person. I didn't realize there was supposed to be an extra, excited feeling, or the fact that you're not supposed to think about it as if it were a business exchange.
Didn't you say this 5 minutes ago, but in a different type of... What the fuck? You're just reusing shit. You already said this.
I understand compatibility is a huge important variable when it comes to sharing a relationship with someone, but at the end of the day, it's still, apparently, a very emotionally driven thing. And I literally had to make that discovery and teach it to myself.
Yeah, because you're part of the 0.01% of people that are actually like that. You're even lower than transgender people, and they're 0.1%.
Now, I'm gonna talk about being asexual very briefly, and I'm gonna preface it with, let's all just be mature about this, alright? We're all pretending to be adults here.
I pay taxes, I'm a working man, sure, why not?
I've got my eye on some of you.
Yeah, she's definitely seen the hentai videos of her fucking character.
Behave! Okay, this is definitely treading into uncomfortable personal boundary territory for me.
Then you shouldn't have said anything. Move on. Be quiet. Nobody wants to hear this.
But yeah, I do want to share that I'm asexual too, which is defined as someone who feels little to no intimate attraction to anyone.
Yeah, sure. Whatever floats your LGBT boat.
Look, I know we said we're all adults, but I'm still gonna dance around the vocabulary, alright? Yes, there's a difference between romantic and intimate attraction. Little side note, I will say you can experience romantic attraction to someone but no intimate attraction, or you can experience intimate attraction but no romantic attraction. You can be one and not the other. It's not necessarily a package deal. Most people feel both, and I do not feel either.
Okay, you just described asexuality.
Anyway, I have never been magnetically attracted to the look or shape of a single person in my entire life, and did not realize it was a real thing until very recently.
Okay.
I'm able to identify when someone looks conventionally attractive, by textbook definition, but I never realized people are genuinely drawn to people they think are attractive. I didn't know that people could just see someone and be like, wow, they're gorgeous.
You would think that this internet dweller would have noticed this by now. There's a thirst culture going on where these females on Instagram or TikTok show their ass, get millions of followers of just fucking horny teenager or even adult men. And you would think that would make something click in your head that, hey, maybe there's something going on. I mean, just look at OnlyFans. That became a thing because people were so thirsty and would just throw money at the chance of seeing a feet pic.
I would love to get to know that person, or maybe go on a date with them, or whatever else you people do.
90% of people that even look at stuff like that want to go balls deep inside of that person. Trust me.
I didn't think it was real. I thought people were exaggerating or something. I don't know.
And that makes you abnormal.
And I also couldn't believe that some people feel that with multiple people.
Cheaters are the worst and they need to be hanged.
Or celebrities, which sounds absolutely exhausting.
You could be classified as celebrity, seeing as how there's porn of you.
It ties back to when I was in school, looking around for people to like. It makes sense now that no one caught my eye because that doesn't happen to me. I was just wasting my time for 13 years. I feel like such a fool. Now, there's an easy assumption to make about asexual people and that they all have zero interest in being intimate with anyone at all.
That isn't an easy assumption. That's the textbook definition of asexual.
Which actually isn't true. Some of them are genuinely turned off by it, and some aren't.
The ones that aren't turned off by it aren't asexual then. Quit putting a flag over everything.
Some reasons would be that they just don't mind it, or they want to make their partner happy, or enjoy the emotional closeness of it.
Then they aren't asexual. Simple as that.
There's a million different reasons and a million different people. Am I sharing what kind of a people I am? Nope.
Good. I wouldn't want to know.
And you don't know me personally enough in the slightest to be able to try and parasocially analyze where I stand on that spectrum.
Nor do I want to know, and nor do I care. The only reason I'm making this video is because your shitty video popped up in my recommended.
I'm just here to say I am this. We are moving on.
You should have moved on and never made the video.
When I stumbled onto the term aeroace and started realizing I fall into that category, it helped me feel much more confident and sure of myself. I've read a lot about how people say they felt broken or that something was wrong with them, but honestly, I was the complete opposite.
Yeah, you're really fucking weird.
Coming from my very biased perspective, I think aeroace is one of, if not the coolest and most confident orientations out there.
There's nothing confident in anything that you just described. Matter of fact, the only confidence that is in any of this is the video, and that's it.
Not needing a single gram of romantic or intimate validation from anyone is so cool.
Not wanting validation doesn't make you a cool person, or doesn't make it cool. It just makes you fucking weird.
All you need is yourself to be happy, maybe friends and family too, and birds.
You just described what it's like to be a student in 2020. Locked up in your house 24/7 because of a fucking flu.
The more I came to terms with the fact I'm aeroace, the more empowered and capable I felt.
Why? What's empowering about that? Now I feel like you. I'm just confused.
But at the same time, I was also starting to feel more alone and isolated.
Probably because you're part of the 0.01%. I'm so sorry.
As cool and amazing and unique and awesome as I think it is, it can be really hard for other people to relate to or even understand. Everyone else and their orientations are able to bond and relate to the love and romance aspects, and we're over here like, we don't do that.
You see, the thing is, I don't think people care to know. You know what I mean? This is like the real world where nobody really gives a shit about your tiny problem. It may be a big problem to you, but to somebody else, it's fucking small.
I don't even know if I'm explaining it very well.
You're not.
It kind of does go against everything everyone's ever been taught about anything. Romance is taught to be a basic assumed emotion.
Don't word it like that. You're part of the literal 0.01%. 99.99% of people will experience it in some shape, form, or way. Don't word it like that.
Which I do think is a bit misleading.
It's not. You're just abnormal. Stop making people bend the knee.
A common argument used against the aeroace orientation is that romance and intimacy is what makes someone human.
I've never heard that before. Probably because I've never dug into this type of topic, because I don't care for this type of topic. What makes you human is sympathy. Nothing more, nothing less.
But I mean, I don't know, lots of birds mate for life, which is a better ratio than people. And all
Oh, that was good. That was good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, congrats. You actually made a good joke.
all animals get frisky. You know, that's just how they became not extinct.
And if everybody was like you, we'd become extinct. So congratulations. You're abnormal.
It's not an exclusive to humans thing. If I were to guess, I would assume the thing that makes someone human is basic empathy.
Sympathy, whatever she said, whatever I said earlier, empathy, same shit, just different fucking names. Kind of like aeroace and asexual, or whatever the fuck we're talking about.
Like, I'm not an emotionalist monster. I can still love people. I love my family and my pets, just platonically.
And you don't like people sexually. That makes you asexual. Hopefully you don't like your pets sexually.
And I would hope that you're the same.
I like people sexually. Some, not all. And no, I don't like animals sexually. If anyone comes near my animals with that intent, I will blow their fucking brains out.
I just don't experience romantic love, which, I don't know, I don't think that's harming anyone.
It's not, but the length of this video sure makes me want to kill myself.
Definitely not me. I'm having the time of my life.
Good, I'm happy for you. I wish I was having the time of my life.
I don't think you need to be in a relationship to be happy.
You don't need to be in a relationship to be happy. There's plenty of happy single people.
And if you don't want to be just on your own, I think there's many types of people in relationships that push the boundaries of what a conventional relationship looks like.
Yeah, one night stands are a thing. Cheaters are another thing. You want to have sex with a toaster strudel, go for it. I ain't judging. Just keep that shit away from me.
Telling someone that they need to be in a romantic relationship to be happy and fulfilled is weird.
I agree. But I don't think anyone has ever told me that, so I can't really see the point of that point.
And then when that person says they're not happy, they're told relationships take a lot of work, and that's just how it goes.
Relationships do take a lot of work. whether it be romantic or not. How many of your high school friends are still around to adulthood? Exactly, not many.
And that's also weird.
It's not. If you lose interest in someone, they're eventually just gonna cheat or leave you.
I don't know. I also think it's weird that once someone reaches a certain age, people inherently start thinking it's sad they're not in a romantic relationship.
That's just a high schooler mindset. I've encountered people like this personally, and they've peaked in high school and haven't peaked in adulthood.
Or assume they're lonely and sad. No one thinks a child is sad and lonely just because they're not in a long-term relationship.
Yeah, because they're a child, and children shouldn't be in long-term romantic relationships. That's fucking weird.
I don't know. I don't get it. And I also think I'm rambling.
You are. This video should have ended 5 minutes ago.
At the end of the day, it's all very complicated to talk about these things.
It's not. You're asexual. I'm heterosexual. And both of us need to shut the fuck up.
Especially because I don't know the feelings I'm supposed to be feeling.
You don't know these feelings. Okay, I get it. Just end the fucking video already.
Let alone talk about. I just know for me, the terms aromantic and asexual are able to articulate things I was subconsciously feeling and thinking before I even realized I was feeling and thinking them. I don't plan on talking about this very much, if at all, ever again.
Good, please don't. And if you do, please, for the love of God, YouTube, don't put it in my recommended.
I just want to play my silly little video games, maybe tell a story here or there. But I wanted to bring the orientations to the surface and try to get more representation out there because I thought if I could help more people become more aware of this, then that would be awesome.
How about we just don't represent anything like this anymore and we actually focus on real world issues like child sex trafficking or world hunger, you know? Like something that actually fucking matters.
I was confused as hell for a while and could have used something like this.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But hey, you've paved a new road for asexual people like yourself to fucking walk, I guess. So good for you.
It's a real thing. You don't have to feel any sort of romance or whatever to be considered a real person.
The green asexual flag needs to go. I don't believe that one should exist. Only the purple one.
Personally, I think it's really cool and badass.
It's not. You're literally just making yourself feel good because you're not normal.
They're both much larger spectrums than you'd think, and maybe you fall under some umbrella category with them.
This is the problem with LGBT, in my opinion. Now there's just a million different types of sexualities when there only used to be 4, and I'd like to correct myself. I said there were 3 earlier in this video. No, I forgot. Bisexual is a thing. Sexuality is literally the thing. The definition, sex, sexuality. You're gonna have sex with a person that's female, and you're a female. That makes you a homosexual. You know, same with guy and guy. If you're a guy and girl, that makes you heterosexual. If you're just a guy and there's nothing around, because, you know, you don't fucking fuck anything else, you just fuck yourself, you know, jack off or whatever, you're asexual. Congratulations. And then finally, but last but not least, bisexual. People that like to fuck bicycles. No, I'm just joking. Those people will apparently they fuck anything, you know. Female, male, cactus. I'm joking about that last part. But yeah, there's no umbrella of this, you know. You got people out here saying, oh, well, I'm asexual, but I do kind of feel those feelings. No, that doesn't make you asexual. You're just heterosexual, but you don't want to admit that.
I don't know, or not. Either way, this has all been my personal experience with this stuff. Is there more for me to figure out within it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. It can get pretty complicated and confusing. Haha, awesome. Will I be sharing any of that with you? Nope, no way. This is all you get.
Good. Never share anything like this again. Go back to your old style of animation. It was a lot more appealing to the eyeballs.
Hope you can understand even just a little of what I talked about. And if not, that's totally fine. I just hope you can be nice.
I'm pretty sure I was no, I wasn't that respectful, but I think my points, some of them were valid, not all. It's whatever. All this is my opinion. If you don't agree, I don't care. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna forget about this YouTube channel probably for another month and a half. Whatever. Later.